Let's do a little background on Islam and what it all comes down to real quick. So the basic denomination, just like Christianity has denominations, there's denominations in Islam as well. There's Sunni, which is the largest by far. 90% of all Muslims are Sunni. The Arabic leaders, or excuse me, the Saudi leaders practice a more, what would you call it? Devotional idea called Wahhabism. And they feel that's more defined as the worship. Then there's also Shiites, which Shiites are mainly in Iran, but they're in a few other places. They're all over the Middle East, it's just there are not many of them. But in Iran in particular, the Shiite population's at 90%. Now, of course, Iran is the one that we're having been trouble with lately, with Israel attacking and them wanting to have a nuclear weapon, all the rest of it. But that particular branch is different than Sunnis, and they'll have enough conflict between those two that you could see that their definitions are different. The Shiites, yeah.
What's the main conflict between them?
Following different people that were the followers of Muhammad that actually wrote things. The Shiites follow one, I think it was his son-in-law, and the Sunnis follow, I think, more towards what Muhammad spoke of.
His chief lieutenant, I think.
Yeah, his chief lieutenant.
Right. I think there's also a different end time sort of theology as well. The Shiites believe in a Mahdi, that's their Messiah.
Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is, they have this 12 imam, the 12 people that lead up to the imam, and then there's going to be the one that comes back as the Mahdi. That's not Muhammad. His name's the same, but it was the one kid that didn't get killed at that particular time. He disappeared. Nobody found out where he was, and he's supposed to come back as the Mahdi, but that's not Muhammad. His name's the same, but it's not the same person. So it's interesting when you come into that kind of stuff to see that there's quite a bit of difference between them. But another sect that is pretty popular and is maybe more dangerous than the rest of them is the Muslim Brotherhood. Was founded in Egypt, and they were the ones that assassinated Anwar Sadat in the 70s. But their goal is to infiltrate all government, and every government, like they have in England to a really drastic degree. But that's their path. They want to infiltrate the government and try to make it so that we bring about Sharia law, which Sharia just means the path. But Sharia law that they want to institute in the United States, like they've done in Europe, and in particular in England, the Sharia law is really taking over there. Then there's also another group, I can't pronounce it really well, but it sounds like Ayadad, something like that. These are the ones that were actually founded in India, that the particular guy came out to the Arab world, tried to define who Christ was, that he actually didn't die on the cross, he fainted, and they gave him what they call Jesus salve to awake him, and then Jesus went to India and died in India. So that's his idea. But the point about these guys is they're the ones that actually have produced the apologetics against Christianity and Judaism. And they're the ones that you'll find at the college campuses proselytizing about those things. And they'll challenge Christians apologetically to try to prove that Jesus was God. That's who they are. Okay. I'll send it out to you guys on the email, exactly how to spell that out. And then finally, there's the ones that we have seen and heard about quite a bit as well, the Hezbollah, Party of God, and which just escaped my brain. Hamas, yeah, which in Arabic means violence. Not surprising with that. But those are kind of the ones. There's a bunch of other ones, but those are the ones that are kind of fit between what we're trying to do. There's a few other smaller tribes, but there's just those denominations that come about in Islam that need to be aware of so that we can